Algebra Quarter 2 review. So if you have done your packet and understand it and want to check your work, here's how you do all the problems. Study this and you should be fine for tomorrow. First one, here are the answers. Which output results from input 2D and it's 5-hour energy. You just go over to 2 and to D and follow along. Whoop, whoop. There it is. Nice and easy. Which letter number combination would you input if you wanted fruit punch? And fruit punch, so again, follow 1, we go over to 1D, right there, fruit punch. So that's how you know. In a mapping relationship shown by vending machine, what would 1B represent? And 1B, again, follow the numbers, B and 1, and you get Coke. Hopefully you guys are good with that. The next one, 6. This one is a little tricky, and it's been a while since we've done that. We have to look at this as 3 sides of an equation. Let's split this up into 3 sides. So that doesn't want to be cooperative. So there's my 3 sides, and I'm going to distribute this 2 to both terms. So 2x plus 2, and then rewrite everything. You need to have 3 sides to this one. And now I'll do my moves in purple. I'm going to subtract 2 from all 3 sides. The biggest mistake I'm going to see here is people just forgetting about the other side. So this becomes 0 less than 2x less than or equal to 10. Again, we got to get x alone, so we're going to divide by 2. And all 3 sides, even though that's 0, it does not go away. So my final answer is 0 is less than x, which is less than or equal to 5. And now if I were to graph that, it would look like this. Draw your number line. Put 0, 5, and you could put -5. And put circles over both. So open circle over 0 and close circle over 5 because it's less than or equal to. And then just connect these two because you're saying x is between those two. So for 7 and 8, my answer function notation, just make it f of x. The only thing that's changed is we change f of x and y. That's it, function notation. And so we're going to plug in f of 0. So this becomes 0 minus 0 plus 10. And my final answer is 10. So just when it's f of 0, you plug that in. My final answer will be 10 for this one. What the hell is that? That's not supposed to be in there. Cat. Alright, so the questions pertain to this one on the next slide, but I'll just, I'll do some of them on here because it helps to be visual. Domain is your x, remember that. So, what are the x values? Well, the x starts here. And it goes all the way to here. So we can say x values, or the domain, is from 0 less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to, and let's call that 38. Anything around there is fine. And your range, again, your range, I'll circle for range. And we'll do a different color. Range is y. It starts at 0, and the highest point is there. So range is going to be 0 less than or equal to y less than or equal to, and that's a 900 up there. If you just follow this point all the way to there. Okay? So, and then your absolute max is, if you've done your range right, you can look at your absolute max. That's your highest point. So, the one thing that I would like to say here, identify the range. The absolute max of the function, it's the farthest point from camp. So you need to have something like that. 12. The graph of a function is translated 8 units to the right, that should say, from f of x equal x squared. Write this graph. Now, right and left, these are opposite signs. So, right, this is actually going in the positive direction. But to do that, in here, we write the 8. But instead of positive, it's the opposite sign, so it becomes minus. And that's it. And if you ever forget that, just make a table and see. Again, f of x equals x squared, we want to go 3 units up and 2 units to the right again. So I'll do them in the colors that I've highlighted. So 3 units up would be plus 3. This number is responsible for up. And then the number right here, so then 2 units to the right. So again, this is the opposite sign. So we want to go negative, minus 2. And that will translate the graph 2 units right. Okay, so for 14, find the slope between all points to find out if it's a linear function. So I'll do this on the other side. So the answer, I'll circle the answer, and it's this one. Why? So if you plug this in, so let me move this. No. There we go. So this is going to go up here. So that's what we use to find it. So let's do x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, so it goes 7 minus 1 over 1 minus negative 1. That'll equal 6 over 2. So I've checked those 2 points. Now let's make this x1 and this y1 and check it between these 2 points. Alright, so let's try that. So I'll do 7 minus 16 over 1 minus 4. Alright, so what's this become? This becomes 7 minus 16, or 16 minus 7, negative 9 over negative 3. Uh-oh, are those the same? Well, let's reduce this. 2 negatives make a positive, so this becomes 9 divided by 3, 3 over 1. And the other one equals 6 divided by 2, 3 over 1. Check, check. They are the same. These both do not work. Okay? So, check it though. Make sure you check it and show your work. I'm not going to show you that. For this one, 15. Which of the following is not true given the function? Plug it in and see. So, I'll do these in purple. So 3 times 3 is 9 minus 4, which equals 5. Check. That's what it's supposed to equal, right? So not 3. When we plug in 3, 5 pops out. Negative 2. 3 times negative 2 is equal to negative 6 minus 4. I could see people getting this wrong, but the signs are the same, so we combine them. It's negative 10. So check. Oh, this is supposed to have a 0 here. And this is supposed to have a 1/3 there. Okay, so what is 0 minus 4? 0 minus 4 equals negative 4. Check. And then 1/3. This one, I'll do this one, even though we should know that it's this. 3 times 1/3 minus 4. Well, 3 is really 3/1. So that equals 1 minus 4, which equals negative 3. That's not true. So my answer to this one is D. Alright. Use this equation for slope. The circle doesn't work that good for me. Okay? And then your y-intercept. Y-intercept equals, we'll say 6. Because it's right there. So my y-intercept, B, equals 6. And then use those points. So we have point 1 is 0, 6. And 2, 5. So label them x1, y1, x2, y2. And plug them into your slope to find the rest of that equation. What the heck is that? Damn, these cats. According to the table, how many according to the table, how many, that should say stores. So that one, just 4. And then count to November. So June would be 20, July 24, August 28, September 32, October 36, and November 40. I think I did that right. Okay. You can earn $30 plus, so there's my equation. Guys, you should know how to graph that. So, plot 50 on y-axis. Right, that's your y-intercept. Then use 30/1 slope. Right? So we should know that this is your B, and that right there, that little guy, that's your M. Right? Alright. And last but not least, what is the original amount of radioactive substance? So if you look at it, the original amount is right about there. It's about 80. And what's a reasonable domain in range? So domain is your X, which are, it starts here and goes all the way to there. So my domain is 0 less than or equal to X, which is less than or equal to 10. And your range now, let me do this in a different color. Again, it's ending close to 0. So when it says reasonable, and it started at 80. So range 0 less than or equal to y, which is less than or equal to 80. And the maximum, again, the maximum is your highest point, so 80. Oh. And that about wraps it up. So I hope this helps.